A house of secrets and shadows, paranoia and violent retribution. The house on the embankment embodies the history of revolution and dictatorship in miniature. It lies just upstream from the Kremlin, completed in 1931 to house the Soviet Union's governing elite. Inside one of the block's 500 apartments, Olga Trifonova runs the House on the Embankment Museum.
These people living here were the so-called old Bolsheviks, and they were people close to each other in their spirit and ideology as well as their fate.
They enjoyed luxurious lifestyles, in-house theatres and cafeterias, libraries and sports halls. But the ostentatiousness began to look at odds with the ideals of the communist revolution. In the mid-1930s, Soviet leader Joseph Stalin began the Great Purge to rid the country of those deemed enemies of the working class. 1 million people were imprisoned and 700,000 executed. The residents of the House on the Embankment, once the elite of the revolution, were among the first in line. Arrests and disappearances created a crushing paranoia.
The residents of the house stopped paying visits to each other. One stopped having confidence in other people.
800 of the residents were arrested. Close to half were executed. Olga Trifonova's late husband, Yuri, grew up here. His father was arrested during the purges and never seen again, and his mother was sent to a gulag prison. In 1976, Yuri Trifonov wrote a best-selling book about his memories, which gave the apartment block its name.
This is a story about the nature of fear, how fear mutilates a human for his entire life.
Memories of that fear appear to be fading. An opinion poll last year crowned Stalin as Russia's most outstanding historical figure. The House on the Embankment is unlikely to be high on the list of the must-see sites for many World Cup visitors, but it still stands on the banks of the Moscow River as a monument to Stalin's brutality and still contains some of the most expensive property in Moscow. But finding buyers isn't easy.
Many buyers are scared off by the gloomy background of this house. Many people undoubtedly know about that, even the ones belonging to the younger generation.
A generation that is forming its own historical image of Stalin and the legacy of communism. Henry Ridgwell for VOA News, Moscow.